Well, good afternoon, definitely good afternoon. Welcome to build day 33. Getting a late start. I'm working out here in the hunt. It's going on 2 o'clock. Just got done walking Kaylee. And before we walked her, we just gotten back from running our errands. Got all the groceries in the house put away, then we walked the dog. We got a late start this morning on running the errands. I was expecting to be up around 7, 8 o'clock. That's when I've been normally waking up, or try to normally wake up when my back's not giving me kittens and getting me up at 4 or 5 in the morning. This morning, I didn't get out of bed till a little after 9. We didn't leave until almost 10:30 by the time I got woke up, and I'm still sleepy. I was at the editing till a little after 11. It was about 11:30 last night. Because I stayed out here late in the hunt. But we've been working, had been working on the tube hallway. And we still got tubes to put up. So we're going to be working on that today, getting these tubes up, getting the hallway finished. I do have one alteration to make in here. About halfway through the hallway, I designed it so the walls, started out about like that and then tapered as you went further in. When you get down to the taper, there's too many tubes hanging in that area, and it's causing a choke point. So I gotta go down there, get down there into that choke point and rearrange the tubes a little bit so it's a little easier for our more bigger people, chunkier people to get through, because I'm having trouble getting through it. And Sue Ann's having problems, and we're not that big. And they're gonna have trouble getting through there. So I gotta thin it down a little bit. And I can move the tubes I take out into the areas where I still need them. And then we can work on that pile and try to get that pile, get as much of it in as I can. Now I know this year we are going to have some of the tubes left over, simply because I did a thinner set in front of the werewolf. I didn't put them in too tight in there because I wanted people to see the werewolf, not the tube. So I did a little bit thinner. So that's going to cause us to have a few tubes left over. Now once we're done with the tube hallway, I'm going to move into the gypsy, which I cannot get to right now. We've got lighting in there, got a couple of 5-volt items in there to get wired up, and I've got a control board to control those, as well as a pneumatic prop that's in there. And I imagine I'm not going to get past Gypsy today. I know I'm going to get started on Gypsy. I doubt I will get past it today. We're just getting too late of a start out here. Lunch of the day. Don't know how many of you guys like Asian food. Or if you ever heard of Panda Express. Sue Ann and I stopped by there. It's one of those fast food restaurants that specializes in Asian cuisine. Orange chicken, teriyaki steaks, that sort of thing. It's all fast food orientated. Grab and go. Well, after we got our last errand done, Sue Ann and I went there and had lunch. Figured to save some time when we got home. To be honest, it didn't save much time because I made the mistake of sitting down. I sat for about 15 minutes, then we walked the dog. But, if you like Asian food, whether it's chow mein, teriyaki chicken, sweet shrimp, and sweet walnut and shrimp, which is really good from what the wife says. I don't like shrimp. Fried rice, that sort of thing. Pick what you want, have that for your breakfast of the day. Now with that, I'm going to get going, or we aren't going to get anything done. Well, that surprised the heck out of me. Not chain hallway, but tube hallway is done. And all the tubes are gone. I ended up using all of them in there. And I went in and took some down in the choke point that we were having, and just reused them elsewhere. But we used all the tubes, they're done. I just got done running 3 airlines. I've got a 25 foot here that runs from a tee up there over to where the cups are. I got another 25 foot line running from the same tee down the other side of this wall, which is where the Jack in the Box is. And then I put a 50 foot in to the back corner over there and dropped it over, which is where the box clown is. So when I get to those areas to get them finished off, they'll have their air lines ran and everything will be hooked up. I think my next chore is going to be this table. And as you can see, it's a filthy mess from all the wind and everything. There's the end of my 25 foot hose. I got to get it down to the ground. It will be running the cups here because these bounce up and down. I got to find a power cord and get it wired up for the tray because it slides back and forth, and the motor's already in. I just need the power cord for it. And I need a 5-volt line ran over here to power the board. And I also need a control box, which means I'm going to need a 12-foot line over here to run the control box. And I want to see if I can get this table working. That will not get the candle lit, this skull, or the tri-pack back there going. Those all get tied into the lights that go in. But I think for right now, I am going to work on the table after I take a breather. Sorry, I'm sluggish today. So I'm going a little bit slower with things. I'm also running around putting out fires, fixing little problems that keep propping up, whatever. Propping would fit since we are working with props. Okay, a very frustrated and pissed off Ram at the moment. I showed you the airlines and stuff that I got run. Decided with getting such a late start, I wasn't going to worry about trying to light up all the heads or the candelabra or anything in here. I was just going to work on ground stuff, specifically the table. And I ran a 5-volt line over the Ouija board back there behind the tray is working, and while I was wiring that up, I realized I forgot to bring out the power for the windshield wiper motor that drives the tray. So I got an extension cord, got the power supply out, plugged it in, noticed the windshield wiper motor was loose in the bracket, so it was pivoting, causing the tray not to run exactly right. So I got that tightened down. Put the tray on, and every year we've always had a problem when that tray hits Sue-Ann's runner down here. It wants to pivot or catch and stick. So we pulled it back, and it was going back and forth right. I noticed as it was going back and forth, it was wanting to pivot on here, and it's like it's not supposed to do that. It hasn't done that in the past. And all it is one hole with a bolt that sticks up. That bolt right there runs through the tray, and that pushes it back and forth across the table. And I've been thinking I should probably add a second bolt sticking up so it can't pivot. You know, we tried doing some other things. Sue-Ann wasn't even out here. One of them was to cut the runner. You know, so the runner would not interfere with the tray. And I did not want to do that. Sue-Ann spent a lot of time making that runner. So we tried a piece of glass, piece of plexiglass, and we were still having the same problem. So I figured, okay, I'm going to get my drill out. Sorry, got the camera there. And just drill another hole in the drawer slide, which is what that is down there. And stick another pin up. And then I drilled a hole in the tray to match where I was drilling. And ran into a problem. The drawer slide broke. It literally fell apart. It's in about 5 or 6 different pieces. And I can't use it now. The only way to fix it is to go down, buy a new drawer slide, and get it rigged up to do what I want it to do. Thing is, in order to do that, I have to take everything off the table, take the tabletop off, get the old one out of there, get the new one in, and have all the holes and stuff drilled. And it's a 3 to 4 hour process. That's how long it took me the first time I did it. I ain't gonna waste that amount of time. I ain't got that amount of time to waste. So for this year, that tray is going to be a static prop instead of sliding back and forth like it normally does, which means the only moving thing, or two moving things we're going to have, is the cursor or puck or whatever it's called. I can't remember right now, I'm too frustrated. That moves when that's on, and those cups bouncing up and down, provided they work. That's my next thing. I gotta crawl underneath the table and work on that over my head. And there's not that much room down there for a guy the size of Ram to get in there. So I have to get into some funky ass positions in order to do that, those cups. And then I have a board and stuff I have to put in to tie both the cups and the Ouija board into. So I'm gonna work on that, try to at least get the cups and the Ouija board working tonight. Then I think I'll bring over my main power cord for doing the lighting, and I'm just going to drop it over the wall, and I'm going to go through, get everything. I got the 2 skulls, the tri-pack, and that candle to wire up so that they come on. And then I've got the bookshelf back there. I've got two skulls on there that light up. And then I'm going to have to put some lights on down here on the fence, to light up both the scrying bowl, maybe the gypsy. I might do her from above, I don't know. I definitely want to do some different colored spots on the shelves to light the shelves off of. Oh, and there's a candle pack up there too that Sue Ann put in. But anyway, I'm just going to work on stuff down below. I am not going to get very far. I know that much now. But at least it's something. But right now, it's almost dinner time, thank God, because I'm at the point where I just want to start cussing and throwing stuff. I am just pissed. It's one of those days, people. Okay, no selfie stick, so you're probably going to get shots of my hand. And I'm going to unplug this. That way you can see this. This is what I've gotten done so far. Everything that needs power is working. And I do not have the cups on over there, but they do bounce up and down. The Ouija board works. You'll get a look at the cups and stuff running. Once I get the whole room wired up, we'll turn everything on. And then we just got done doing the scrying bowl. And we got the bookshelf lit up. So we are good to go that way. I still need to put lights on the fence to aim up at the bookshelf so we can get the stuff on the shelf highlighted. I'm going to do one for the base of the scrying bowl as well, and probably an upshot at her. And then, I don't think you can see it down there, but there's a head with a mask on it in the cubby hole down there. I gotta get a couple of lights on her too. And then all the rest of the stuff's gonna be aerial. And we'll get both the fence line done tomorrow, and we'll get started on the aerial. I don't know how long it's gonna take to do the aerial. But I'm hoping to get Gypsy done tomorrow. It'd be nice to get Gypsy done and move over to Spider, but I don't know. Anyway, I gotta get cleaned up, get ready for your end of the day wrap up. End of the day wrap up, and Kaylee has to make her entrance. It's 9 after 9. I'm ready for quitting. I so much, when I got back from doing the errands, just wanted to go back to bed. And I'm kind of wishing I had. We did get the tube hallway totally done. So that display is totally finished. We bypassed the courtyard because we had that totally finished yesterday. And we got started in the Gypsy, and I wasted well over an hour screwing around with that platter with the tea set on it, trying to get that working right. Ended up becoming a static prop for this year. I am going to have to look at that over the winter, and it's probably going to be the first thing I do, because that table the platter sits on is also my new workbench downstairs. And I've got to put the table together so I can use it when I'm doing projects. So I will probably do the table or the platter first and get that up and running and go from there. But other than that, the Ouija board's working, the control board's working, the cups are working. I got all the skulls and candle pack on the table are lit up and working, and we got both the scrying bowl and the bookcase, all the low voltage on those, up and working. So we made it somewhere. We did not make it near as far as I was hoping. But we'll get it. Tomorrow it's going to be all Gypsy. I'm just going to stick into the Gypsy, and we'll keep going until it's all wired up, all its lights are in. Tomorrow night we'll aim what lights we've got up, if not all of them. And we will give you a nighttime look tomorrow. If I can get done early enough with Gypsy, we might move over into the Spider. I have no idea how far we'll get into Spider, if we make it that far. But there was something I've been meaning to mention the last couple of nights, and I keep forgetting. And guess what? I forgot again. Oh well, I think I need some sleep. Stay spooky, stay toxic.